Hi friends, this is Vijita. Welcome to my channel once again. Today in this video, I'll teach you the configuration of COPA. I hope you are able to see my screen. Uh, the configuration of COPA is I'll teach you the basic configurations of COPA, and that is being done in OKTZ transaction. I'll teach you the same, but before that, let me tell you, COPA is the controlling and profitability analysis. This is what the full form is. Now I'll go and do the configuration. First of all, uh, uh, I'll go to the OKKN transaction. This is for creating the costing variant, and after that I'll go to the OKTZ transaction in order to do the COPA configuration. So costing variant transaction can be created by using the OKKN transaction as being displayed below, or else you can go by the SBRO path. I am showing you the path. SBRO, then controlling, then product cost controlling, then product cost planning, then material cost estimate with quantity structure, and then define costing variant. So let me tell you, I myself have done the configuration. So I'll not configure the fresh one. I'll show you the configuration which I have done. So this is the one that I have configured, ZPC1. Now I am going inside. You know how to create a costing variant. What you can do is you can select anything provided by SAP, and then you can do the copy as, and then like this, and then you can create your own. You can eliminate, you can remove this, you can give your own name, and you can save this. I'll not save as I already have configured. So I'm showing you what I have saved. So this is the one, the last one is the one that I have created, ZPC1. Now going inside. Now once you will be clicking on save, system will redirect you to this page. Now you have to configure accordingly what I'll show you. See here, few controls are given. One is costing type, valuation variant. These two would be in frozen status. These cannot be editable. So system itself has proposed something like costing type would be standard cost estimate, uh, valuation variant would be planned valuation material. So that would be good, but rest thing you can control, like date control. Date control, what I have chosen is current cost estimate date. You can choose whatever you wish. Current cost estimate means once I have chosen this parameter, once I'll cost a material, by default the from date would be current date, that is today's date. This is what I want. But if you want this to be done in past, if you want this to be done in future, then these controls are also there, like cost estimate old, cost estimate period, cost estimate month. So these controls are given. Now sales order costing is also given. Now you have to choose accordingly. I have chosen current cost estimate date. Now quantity control structure, I have done this quantity control structure determination 1 and 2. You can choose anything you want. Now going to the quantity structure, pass on lot size, here I have chosen no. If you want to enable this, you can do always, or if you want to enable this for individual requirement, then you can also do that. That depends upon your wish, that depends upon the business requirement. Now I have ignored the production cost without quantity structure. I only will allow them which is with the quantity structure checkbox on in the material master. So you all have seen that there is a checkbox in material master with quantity structure and without quantity structure. I will not allow them which all are without quantity structure. So that is clear now. Now additive cost I won't allow here. That is why I have taken ignore additive cost, update. Yes, saving allowed is done. Save error log is done. Default can be changed by the user, that is also done. Itemization is also ticked on. So that's what I want. Now assignment means this will only enable once I do the OKTZ, means the COPA configuration. So first of all, once you will create the costing variant, this page, from this section you will not get any. So I'll not show you I'll not show you those. So that's what you have to do in costing variant. So it's done, the costing variant is prepared. Now why costing variant is required? Once you will do the costing of a material, system itself will ask you the costing variant based on which you want to cost the material. So for this purpose the costing variant is created. Now a company can have multiple costing variants, so that also depends upon the business requirement. If it is the case, then you can create multiple costing variants, and once doing the material costing, you have to choose your appropriate costing variant which will be applicable for which material. You have to understand that. So this part is clear now. Now I'll go to the OKTZ transaction in order to complete the product cost product cost configuration. OKTZ is the transaction I'm going into. Yes, this is the transaction and this has got open. uh, AB is the one which I have created. AB. Now I have created this in display mode. I think yes, that is in change mode. That is open. Yes. Going to cost component views. No, not this one. Not this one. Not this one. Yes, this one. This one. AB is the cost component structure that I have created, and here as well you can do you can select any one of them. You just can press copy as and you can create your own. So uh, accordingly I have created my own, and that is AB. And don't forget to active the active button, and don't forget to active the primary cost component split button. So I have enabled both of them. Now you have to go to this one, cost component groups. Here the groupings are done, means cost component group you have to done the grouping. I have done a material grouping, I have done a production grouping, I have done a tools grouping. That is however optional. You can do that. You need if you want you can do the grouping, otherwise you can skip this as well. Now I'm going to the assignment organization unit cost component structure. Here I have to assign the company code with the cost component structure and obviously with the costing variant. Now see here my company code is ABC. Against them in plant I have given plus plus, means uh, ABC company code can have multiple of plants, so multiple plants are assigned with ABC. And then costing variant is also plus plus, means if you have multiple of costing variant, that is also assigned with ABC. Now cost component structure is assigned, that is AB, which I have created. Cost component structure auxiliary, that is also AB, that I have created. So basically here the thing is that the cost component structure is assigned with the required organization unit such as company code, plant, costing variants, and obviously a valid form date, in from which date you want to keep it active. So my cost component structure AB has got assigned with company code, plant and costing variant, and obviously cost component structures. uh, So this is what the assignment is done. So you have to assign your cost component structure with your company code, plant and costing variant. So that is done, and then um, you have to go to the cost component view. Yeah, cost component view. See here in my combination I do have I do have multiples of views like cost of goods manufactured, cost of goods sold. See, I have created my cost component structure copied from a standard one, and as I have copied it from a standard one, these views has automatically been copied from a standard one. So uh, if you are copying your cost component structure from a standard one, these views will automatically be carried from the standard one from your own. So those are cost of goods manufactured, cost of goods sold, sales and administrative overhead, and so on. So I am going inside one by one. Like I am going inside the first one, cost of goods manufactured. See, the cost of goods manufactured is ticked on. Now I'm coming back. Cost of goods sold, sales and administrative cost of is ticked on. So that is fine. Now I am going to sales and administrative cost. Sales and administrative cost is ticked on. Now I'm coming back. Uh, and then I'm going to the inventory, and then with external procurement, transfer surcharge. Yes, you have to you have to go inside and you have to check that what all components are ticked on here. So you can do the manipulation as per your wish. See, cost of goods manufactured uh, is with cost of goods manufactured and sales and administrative cost. But cost of goods manufactured will not be having sales and administrative cost. It should have the cost of goods manufactured only. So I have tick this on and I'll save this one. So you have to do that accordingly. You have to do that according to your business requirement. Now I'm saving this, and one more point, I'm coming back, and then cost of goods sold will be cost of goods sold. I'm going into cost of goods sold. Cost of goods sold would be the combination of cost of goods manufactured and sales and administrative overhead. Obviously, the cost of goods sold is the cost before charging the profit. That means it is inclusive of manufacturing cost as well as the other overhead cost. Obviously, sales and administrative overhead would be including will be included in cost of goods sold. So obviously I should tick this on. Now I'll save this one. So it is done. Now I'm going to the assignment. Yes, here I'm defining my cost component structure uh, with the cost elements that I want. These cost elements are nothing but the sources of costs. I do have these many cost elements defined, and these all are the sources of cost. Through these sources, I incurred the expenses are been incurred. So I have given the range here, and the cost component structure are also included here. Also assigned here, like cost component structure, and 001 means cost of goods manufactured. Like I have shown earlier, cost component. Let me go here as well. Yes, this one. This one. See, one means cost of goods manufactured. So that is what I am going into the here. Accordingly, as per the cost component views, you have to assign here. Means these range of cost elements will be falling under cost of goods manufactured. You have to assign your cost of goods manufactured here. this range will be, say this range will be falling under cost of goods sold, hence you have to assign them here. So by this way you have to define this combination. So update additive cost, I will skip this one, as in my costing variant I have not allowed this additive cost, so I am skipping this one. Cost component structure minus AB. Okay, source cost component structure and target cost component structure. Okay, here let AB. No, here you just need not to do anything. I have not done anything here. So that's what the entire configuration is. I hope this much is clear to you, and it is a very simple configuration, hence a very important configuration. And believe me, the product costing has nothing beyond this page. These defining costing variant and defining the cost component structure is the only thing that you have to do. This is the basic of product costing. So once the structure is ready, you just start doing the material costing. Now in my next video I'll show you how to do the material costing. So in order to get the video, please keep watching the channel, and I hope this much is clear to you. If it is not, then please put your queries in the comment section. I'll surely try to answer all of your queries. um, and if you like the video, please like and subscribe the channel, and please share as many as possible. Thank you. Bye.